Let's see if what happens with my live stream now. Oh dear, I think we are in trouble, TikTok, aren't we? TikTok's not loving me at the moment. I've put into the title, what's going on, what's going down, James Brown. We will see what happens. Yeah, this is very interesting. We have to talk about this topic today. Hi, Susan. How are you doing? I hope you are well. It's taken me a little while to get on today, Susan. I was live and then I had to restart the live, and I am going to talk about why I've restarted the live. My original live title was not the one that you're seeing. Not the live. Yes, it wasn't the title that you're seeing. This is a new title. I've decided, based on what I think is happening, I've decided to change the title and approach this topic on a live stream where it says in the title, "Sell with TikTok Shop muted me." So let me just see what happens there. I think I have got a strike against me. Yes, here we go. So I'm just checking on my other device. I'm going to do a quick share, guys, to see what will happen if we can get more people into the live stream. I was not going to talk about this topic on today's live, but I have decided that I'm going to talk about the topic in hand. Have you seen the title, guys? Can you see the title that I have shared today? Let me know what your thoughts are, because we're going to have a conversation about it and then I'm going to share some tips with you. So I'm just quickly doing some shares. Apologies for that. Thank you for tapping the screen. Really do appreciate all of the support. Teach Primary, thank you very much for being here today. I hope you are all well. Don't worry, I'm going to lift my eyeballs up in a second after I just send this out to a few people. I can't bother to invite more people. Guys, I hope that you will be able to support today's live. Hopefully we're going to have a great conversation, because I wanted to bring something to you in one of my client training manuals that I have. But I decided to shift this conversation slightly. I will, like I said, be doing a video about it. But if you saw the title, I've said Sell with TikTok Shop UK muted me today. And I think that their action they took against my account today has affected my reach and my content. Hello, is that BIDOS or BDOS? Thank you very much for jumping in today's live, and thank you very much for following. If you follow me, you're going to hear that little horn happening. I'm going to be giving you a little horn there. But as the Royal MVPs, anyone who's part of my TikTok Boss Creators subscription membership, we've got 55 members now. I can't believe it. 55 members going strong in the community. I am so happy about that. We've got Susan, who is here, who is our chief moderator, and she is part of the community. So I have to give the DJ horn to those who are part of the community. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely think today's live is going to be a struggle live, but we don't struggle out here. We don't struggle. But I was muted by TikTok Shop, Sell with TikTok Shop UK today on a live stream. And I have a really, really sneaking suspicion that has gone as a strike against my account today. And I think my reach has literally plummeted since that has happened. So I definitely will be dependent on your help today in terms of getting this live out to more people. As I said, we're going to be talking about our usual TikTok live marketing tips as well, but we do need to have a little bit of a conversation as well, because I just want you all to be aware of potential things that can happen, potential hazards, with the best will and intentions in the world. I got 2 violations against my live stream. I think it was last week, the beginning of last week, simply because I wasn't even promoting a product or service, but I mentioned something, wasn't trying to sell. I mentioned it and I showed it on my screen, something that's next to me here, and we got a violation. I tried to start the live again and the numbers were it was just like tumbleweed. It was awful. And so today I think there is going to be a struggle again, but it's okay, because it's good to know how the platform works, what happens when certain actions are taken, so that you can then adjust accordingly. So probably for me, what the adjustment should have been was not to come on live and just leave it. But I do want to make sure that I'm connecting with the community. So for those of you that are jumping in today's live, I am going to be fully dependent on you helping this live stream to attract more people. How can you help this live stream? Well, number one, you can support the live stream just as Susan M. Edwards is doing. She's the number one goalkeeper today. Said Team Janine is Norwich is showing time. I'm not sure what that means. Sorry, Susan, that really confused me what you said there. But in any case, if you can tap the screen, help us to just increase the engagement. Look your bears. Oh, I like that. Look your bears. Thank you very much for joining. So definitely tap the live stream, tap the screen, help us to get more people into the live. Please do share the live stream as well if you wish to do so. And also, in addition to that, please repost the live stream. It's really easy to do. All you need to do, thank you, Alicia's come in straight away with the repost. She's one of our boss creators, part of the boss squad. Good to see you, Alicia. How are you doing today? So yes, guys, please do support this live stream. Please interact with it. Please tap the screen. Please do a repost. When you repost, you can then, it's just long hold on the screen, and then you can invite some people into the live stream. Do comment. If you wish to gift, you are more than welcome to do so, but you're not forced to gift at all. But I would ask today, because I have had that muting episode, it's going to take a lot longer for people to get into my live streams. It's going to take a lot longer for this to warm up, and we're going to talk about it. I'm still waiting for Sell with TikTok Shop UK to reply to my message, to my DM. They have not replied. I'm not surprised about it. They haven't replied to my question. I reached out to the moderator, who I believe was responsible for muting me on the live stream. I've not had a response from them as yet. Hello, Bougie Boutique. Good to see you. So you guys are going to have to help me on this struggle live. We're going to get to the good tea as well, but you guys are going to have to help me on this struggle live. So hello, Matthew. I see you as well. How are you doing, Matthew? I haven't seen you for a little while. I hope you're doing well. I know you're busy traveling up and down the country. Thank you, Matthew, Digital Sales, guys. Any of the people that are here in the live that have a yellow badge, make sure you're following them. But it's probably all of you guys that are in here at the moment. But we will warm this up, right? We'll warm this up. So I'm sorry for Matthew, Susan, Alicia, and everyone else, Bougie, who have come in, and you're going to probably hear me repeat this a little bit. But I was blocked today. Well, not blocked. I'm lying. I wasn't blocked. I was muted today. I am good. Let me tell you something, though. I have to be honest. You guys are probably, outside of my community members, are probably going to see me a little bit less for the next few weeks on live stream, simply because I am back to back at the moment. The doors I've opened for my boot camp. That starts on Monday. We have our first group session tomorrow, onboarding session tomorrow. So I've been in meetings with my assistant all afternoon, which is why I'm on at this time. Normally I'm on at 5, but I'm on a little bit later. So I did obviously a members only live. Some of you missed it yesterday, but I probably will be doing just focusing on lives in the community over the next couple of weeks, and then obviously I will be back on my schedule. But I've got way too much to do client wise, so that has to be priority at the moment. But I will be here, don't worry, boss squad, I will be here for you. But the wider community, guys, you're gonna have to connect with me in stories, etc. So let's talk about today's topic. In fact, let me tell you this. Some of you that are jumping in full transparency, my voice is doing that stupidness again as soon as I go live. I went live earlier on. Thank you so much for sharing, Matthew. I appreciate it. Thank you, Alicia, as well. I appreciate it. I went live earlier on, and it was like crickets. I knew the notification hadn't gone out. It was called TikTok Live and Marketing Tips. I said I'm going to end the live, change the title, and then come back. So as I've done that, now it's still really, really slow. Oh, Matthew, thank you so much. Mr. Digital Sales, I appreciate you for sharing. So it's going to take probably a little bit longer for the live stream to warm up, and I'll get into that in a moment. But Matthew, Boss Squad, anyone who's come in, have you been muted or blocked from, well, I'm sure, we don't worry so much about being blocked, but have you ever been muted from somebody's live on TikTok? TikTok being TikTok. Yeah, but this wasn't a live today. I know why they've blocked me, but it just goes against the ethos of freedom of expression. And why would you block somebody or mute somebody for no valid reason other than you didn't like something about my account and then you did what you needed to do? Alicia said, how do you know when you have been blocked? So I'll rewind on that. Well, in terms of being blocked, you just don't see the person's account again. There is actually a lady on LinkedIn who has blocked me on, she's blocked me on TikTok. I don't know, how did I find out why she blocked me? That was it. Lady on LinkedIn who is a TikTok coach, she blocked me over here. And I discovered that she blocked me because she was talking about some stuff on LinkedIn, and we're going to go all over the place. Do stick with me. Honestly, TikTok this year has been so weird. It's ridiculous, but it was not a bot. It was a moderator who blocked me. I'm going to get into that. Not blocked. Stop saying block, Janine, because I'm not saying the right thing. It was a moderator that muted me. It was not a bot at all. And I'll talk through that in a moment. So in terms of knowing that you're blocked, you basically, if you go to a person's account and you can't find it, and then, for example, you search on it, you have another account, you see their account, then you know that they've blocked that account. So that's going to be a way to know. Other than that, it's not going to be very obvious off the bat that someone's blocked you. There's no notifications that go out when you've been blocked at all. But for me personally, this specific TikTok coach, this was a while ago. She doesn't teach about TikTok Live, but she posted something on LinkedIn. I didn't comment on it, but there was a lot of people questioning what she was talking about. And obviously we were connections on LinkedIn. So for whatever reason, I don't know what prompted her, but she blocked me here. And the reason I found out was because when I saw her content on LinkedIn, and I'm saying that I can't be bothered, TikTok's already got violations. I'm going to say Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. I'm going to say them all. I don't care today, so I've been all over the place. But yeah, so there was a not controversial, people were calling her out about something as a TikTok. I don't care today. Like, let's test this out. So people were like questioning her and they were like, what about this? So I, based on that, as we are, as we're strategists, coaches, experts, doing our research, I came onto TikTok because I thought to myself, actually, that's a valid point. You're a TikTok expert, but what's that all about? So when I came to look for her handle here on TikTok, I couldn't find myself. I couldn't find her. So I logged onto one of my other accounts and went to look for her, and lo and behold, she popped up. So I was like, why have you blocked me? But that's how you'll find out. Yeah, TikTok is definitely about testing. Absolutely, 100%. It is about, and that's another thing. Don't be frightened to test different things. There's this whole thing, I'm jumping around, but stick with me. There's this whole thing right now about, have any of you seen, I posted it in my stories yesterday, I don't know if it's a rumor or it's actual policy and procedure that people were able to find on TikTok's policies and procedures and was able to demonstrate it. But there's a whole conversation going on about the fact that you can't say the word thank you. Now, this dropped on my lap yesterday. Have any of you heard this? Have any of you heard about this? This dropped on my lap yesterday, and I don't, pardon? So apparently that's a thing. Now, I don't know anywhere in the world why such a powerful business machine such as TikTok that has sophisticated algorithms, AI, and all of this stuff would restrict creators from using the word thank you when they are, because they have TikTok Shop. They are big on customer service. And they're going to put in place that you can't say the word thank you. Come on now. Look at this. Look at this. Now, your comment's been moderated, right? So I heard that yesterday, and I heard this creator, and she's part of the community as well, on her live stream trying to avoid saying thank you. And it was ridiculous because I had just gone live. As some of you saw, I did a test for TikTok Live Fest. So I was live. I had 30, my lives went up, my numbers went up to 30 plus. I said thank you because when I'm getting gifted, I'm going to say thank you. That's what people do. I don't understand where that came from. I don't understand why that would be something that people would put out into the TikTok sphere, and also the fact that people lap up what they're being told. My question was, where did that come from? Hello, Wendy Wealth. Welcome to today's live. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Have you heard that? Let me know in the chat if you've heard that. Because to me, I'm just like, listen, you have to be careful who you're listening to. You have to be careful that this is the thing with me. I listen to a very select number of voices. I keep myself out of certain places and certain rooms because some of the conversations I hear happening, I'm like, what is going on here? And there are people that jump from person group to page to live stream to this, and they're sitting there lapping up all this information just because the so-called expert has a number up here that looks like a number that makes them reputable. It's getting on my nerves a little bit, because I'm seeing people that shouldn't be in those rooms, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And it's listened to too many voices. Matthew, should I call you Matt or Matthew? Because I'm going by your handle. Welcome everyone that's coming in. People will try anything to get views. Donna says from Bougie Boutique, but why does it not surprise me? Matthew says, joys of video going viral, then everyone jumps on the bandwagon. Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad that you're doing well. I am great. So Bougie Boutique says, I have, to be honest, this platform is acting all kinds of crazy at the moment. And this is what will happen, guys. As we approach the holiday season, so you've got Black Friday coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and everything, and it's dog in between, right? As we're approaching all these things start going crazy. And the trouble is, there's a lot of AI noise out there as well. So there's a lot of content that's being populated that is AI. You need to understand there's a whole load of things that are going on. So there's content that's going to be being populated that is AI, and people are lapping up information, just lapping up what they're told simply because this number looks good. Or just because a few people are saying that it's true. Hi, Dakisha, how are you? I hope you are well. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely getting to the point of stupid. And what I want to say is one thing about me, and I said this in yesterday's live stream because we had a conversation, and I know I'm going all over the place, do stick with me. We had a conversation yesterday at the tail end of my live, at the group live, where we was talking about algorithms. And I had a conversation with some of the creators, which then prompted 2 people to sign up for the bootcamp, was that we were talking about, and this is not putting DBA on blast. How are you doing? I hope you are well. I'm not putting DBA on blast, but I used it as an example. The thing is that people think that if you just say, you get all of this and a bag of chips. Thank you very much for joining my team, my darling. I hope you're well. If you join my team, not join my team, sorry, I'm getting confused. If you have all this information, like this is what you get. When you go in, you get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. We don't give a... Like, you tell people that they have all this information. People don't want information anymore. That used to work. The whole value stacking strategy doesn't work anymore. People don't want a whole heap of information. People want, get me to where I need to get to, cut my learning curve in half. That's what I want right now. And too many people are still stuck on this, oh, well, if you work with me, you get this. And I said this yesterday. I said to some of the people from the Boss Squad, it doesn't matter if you get a course that's telling you how to do all these Canva templates and how to create an ebook and this and that. It's great that you know how to go into Canva and create an ebook. Do you know how to sell that ebook? Is that ebook what your target audience actually wants? And the question that people in the chat were a little bit like, oh yeah. So the point I'm making, and sorry, I'm missing some of your comments. Bougie said, TikTok definitely decides who gets seen. You sent me a message about the bootcamp. I've been in meetings all day. And just to let you guys know, I apologize. My DMs are swamped at the moment. So my reply time is going to be a lot slower. All right, it's going to be a lot slower. So forgive me. I was in meetings today in prep for the bootcamp because I've got onboarding with the delegates tomorrow. So that's real priority at the moment. But in any case, so I'll check out your message a little bit later, Takesha. Thank you so much. But here's the thing, and thank you so much. Susan is moderating today. Here's the thing, I just get so frustrated when I see people lap up information, especially when it is obviously ridiculous. When it's obviously ridiculous, it makes those who are consuming it it's not good, right? And I don't mean to sound horrible, but I don't like that. And especially and I'm going to be very clear about this with the people the delegates that are on my bootcamp. Listen, whilst you are coming through my process, listen to the one voice. Afterwards, do what you want to do. I don't mind what you do after that, but I don't want you picking up stuff from other people to be muddying what I'm actually teaching you or causing conflicts and confusion. Because there's a whole load of conflicts and confusion out there at the moment. It's crazy. Donna says there are so many people trying to sell DBA. I was on someone's live earlier on today, and this person's on my bootcamp, and they were talking about why they do not They're not kind of speaking out against anything which is MRR, sorry, not speaking out about it. But this creator was like, I don't recommend it. And this, I don't, because essentially you've got a whole load of people that are trying to sell the same thing. And it's about supply and demand. That's what she was talking about. And so the thing is, it's a short window of time before that completely burns itself out. And then what's going to happen? And this is the thing, you know, people are looking for answers and also quick fixes. But there are people that are now saying, well, this is a quick fix for me. How can you build your whole business and be known and have a really strong personal brand and have a product that is how can you, when you're selling something else that you have never created or you may not even have any knowledge about? I don't get it. Like, I get it, but I don't get it. And I feel like so many people are buying into that and they're getting stuck. I feel like a lot of people are struggling with regards to selling. Anyway, listen, I don't want to get into this because it sounds like I'm not bashing anyone's hustle. I totally understand that there is a lot there that could be deemed as valuable. But me personally, I said this on the live yesterday, you won't catch me in there for love nor money, because I have built my business and my brand. I don't want my knowledge to be muddied with anybody else's. And I know what I know. And and no one can take that away from me. And I will never, somebody asked me about my stuff. They asked me about, would I make it? I'm like, no, no way. It's not, no master resale rights, no PLR, none of that. Anyway, let me come off of that because let's talk about what I talked about, put in the topic about being muted, and then we'll just share some tips with you, and then I will jump off because I can't be on today. Guys, I'm having a bit of a meltdown in a good way, right? I'm so happy about the boot camp. I'm so happy about all of the sign-ups. But I have my boot camp, then I've got my academy members, then I've got one-to-ones. There's just too much going on at the moment. So, but like a boomerang, you know me, I'll do it, right? Okay. Anybody have any questions, any thoughts about it? We know TikTok are being quite funny with things. I know some people are, you know, we're not making this about, you know, any other, you know, DBA, not at all. I'm just talking about the fact that people are they're going to trip themselves up because it's going to become so hard to do that. Hello, Alice M. Hold on, we've got two Alices, haven't we? Hello, Alice M. How are you? I don't think I've seen you in the live for a little while, but I hope you're well. How are you all doing? All right, so let me just share with you very, very quickly. Thank you to those of you that are here. So TikTok muted me earlier on today. Here's what happened. So are you ready for a bit of story time before I give you some tips? So here's what happened today. I went into, as you know, I like to know what's going on with TikTok. So I do my research off the platform, but I also do that. Yes, I will make sure that I do that a little bit later to Keisha. Thank you so much. I know that's why you've popped in, but yes, I will do that. Definitely. Don't worry, my dear. I am a little bit behind with messages, but I will catch up with you a little bit later. It might be tomorrow, actually, because it's already gone 6:30 here and I've got a lot to do. And I've got to check some work for my assistant as well. So it might be tomorrow, but I will get there. You sold your first affiliate products from a video. Well done. Congratulations, Donna. Love, love, love that. What's her name? Oh, what's her name? Sorry. Ayanda speaks about that, actually, doesn't she? She said that sometimes you have to realize that it's going to take a little bit of time before it actually populates and then you get yourself. So well done. All right. So just to tell you very quickly, I got muted by Soul with TikTok. I often will go and check out their lives. Hi, Jason. How are you? Good to see you drop in. Thank you. How are you doing? I hope you're well. By the way, Jason, just to tell you, I saw that you followed me on Instagram. The only reason I did not follow you back, I was like, I have to message him on TikTok because that account's closed. I don't post on Instagram anymore. I took my if you go to my page, I took all my, thank you so much for the gifts. Appreciate it. If any of you follow me on Instagram, guys, you're welcome to do so, because the thing about Instagram, we can have better messaging. So if you want to message me there, my account's open for messaging, because then we can share links or whatever, right? It's more intuitive than here on TikTok. But if you followed me because of the account and my content, I'm not posting on there. I took all my content down. I've left 3 bits of content up just so that it's open for people to discover me. But I don't post on TikTok, on Instagram anymore. I don't post the stories. I don't upload my content. I took everything down because I'm not serving a community that I'm not bothered about the platform. I don't rate the meta platforms. I'm present on Facebook, but I'm barely there. But Instagram, I've stopped posting. So the reason I'm saying that is that I didn't want you to think I was being rude. But I was going to say to you, you can unfollow me because you ain't going to get nothing there. But if you want to talk to me and message me, it's fine. I do check in there periodically. But how are you doing, Jason? How's your little one doing as well? I hope you're doing well. And welcome everyone that is coming in. Candy Sweets, Zero, and everyone else. So yes, I went into Sell with TikTok. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So I went to Sell with TikTok Shop UK. I went to their live today. I often go to their lives because they do share a lot of really good information. And when I've talked to yourselves about the threshold for going live, the reference that I give is always to that account. I've gone to many of their lives before. I've seen their live reps change, and they're always really, really quite good. Their moderators are usually really quite polite. I've got involved in their conversations on their lives before. It's never been a problem, right? And when I go to a live, if I'm interested in the topic, I'm going to be responsive in the comments. Now, normally that's not an issue. Their lives, normally their numbers are pretty okay. But on today's live, they were, and maybe there's something going on TikTok, but today their live was round about, it averaged between something, roughly the same numbers that we've got here today. It didn't go above, during the time that I was there, above 15 people. But it was an interesting conversation. They were interviewing a creator who is a TikTok shop owner. I think she's a beauty brand. I think she's got a skincare product. I've forgotten her name now, but I have connected with her. I went and connected with her after the live stream rather than worry about Sell with TikTok Shop UK. So anyway, so they were asking her questions about her live strategy and going live. So how many of you here, as knowing me as a live video strategist and coach with nearly a decade's experience, am I or am I not going to be interested in that? Am I or am I not going to be responding to that? Absolutely 100%. Because she was, every time she was asked a question, she hit the nail on the head. She was saying things that made sense. She was talking about strategy. She was talking about building community. She was talking about when she went live, how sometimes it's quiet and sometimes it's not. When she started going live and building her community, making her first batch of sales, now she makes upward of 200 plus sales. She was going in and saying that people need to go live. So I was responding to that. Because I was like, yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, live streaming is good. I was all the positive. I was not promoting. I was responding in the comments, right? So one lady said, oh, I'm scared to go live. And I mentioned her. I said, you absolutely should. That was it. There was no pitching and pushing. There was no, I didn't even follow the people that followed me at the end of the live because that's not what I was there for. But I noticed as I was, and I commented for a while. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Oh, bless you, Susan. Thank you so much. So I was there in the live for a while, right? Because it was a long live, right? So I was there in the live. So I'm commenting along, and one of the moderators responded to one of my comments. She didn't say anything negative. I can't remember what she said, but she responded. Now, to me, I think that was an indicator that she was paying attention to my comments, because not long after that, I went to comment, because I wasn't commenting every time somebody said something. It was when she said something that was relevant, I then responded. So I'd been responding, no problems. She said something about, she'd mentioned about community and how live stream is great, like you build community with live stream. And I responded to that. Thank you so much for the follow. And then I can't remember what else she said after that, a little bit later. And I went to comment and I got the screenshots. So I'm going to do a video about it and I'm going to tag them. I took the screenshot. When I went to comment, a grey pop-up banner came across, said, your comment has not been posted because you have been muted for this live stream. I was muted for the live. I was like, oh. I was like, why have they muted me? So at first I was like, why have they muted me? I asked the question because there was no agenda behind me being in the live. As I said, I go in there quite a bit. There was no issue. So I was like, why have they muted me? So I then decided I went to their page. I sent them a message that said, hi, TikTok, Sell with TikTok Shop UK. I've been muted from this live. I've been in the live for a period of time. I've been muted. Again, I've taken the screenshot because I'm going to do a video about it. I said, is there a problem? Was there a violation? So I asked if there was a violation. I then followed up with messaging the moderator, and it replied that her settings are that she doesn't accept messages. So the first one has gone through from TikTok Shop, has gone through to TikTok Shop UK. I get that they're not going to respond quickly. They probably have thousands upon thousands of messages in there. But what I ended up doing, I stayed in the live for a little bit longer because I was listening to what was going on. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to move into the creator's live stream. So I went over to the creator who they were interviewing, jumped into her live. She had a moderator as well. I said to her, I've just come from TikTok, Sell with TikTok Shop UK. I've decided to come over to support your live stream. Love what you're saying, right? Got an immediate follow, right? So, and this is the thing. It obviously was her moderator who responded, because the actual two people that were being interviewed, and thank you to those of you that are listening and hanging out, the two people that were having, so the creator plus the TikTok representative, they were on the screen talking, and I know the guy had a little monitor, so it could have been him that muted me. It might have been him. It might have been the moderator that was in the actual live. Having said that, I'm now thinking it might have been him. And the reason why I think it might have been him, because the moderator that was in the chat, I have spoken to her on previous lives. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. Please keep tapping. Please keep tapping the live and supporting the live, because I think that I have been restricted, which is why my live has taken so long to get to populate. But thank you so much to those who have followed. So I don't know which of the two. The moderator, like I said, I've been on the lives before. I've spoken to her. She's replied to me before, and I've been active. In their other live streams, it might be that my comments weren't so obvious because those other live streams had a lot more people in them. And so there was a lot more comments. This one was very, very slow. That's fine. If you have a question, is it Ashve or Ashv? Please feel free to ask your question. And thank you so much for following. Happy to answer your question if it is related to the topic or related to my area of expertise. So thank you so much. So I'm like, what happened here? So here's what I think's happened. It was one of two things. I was commenting, and maybe they felt like I was commenting too much. Maybe they felt that I was commenting with an agenda. But even if I was not pitching and saying, hi guys, come and follow me. Hi guys, I've got a course. Hi guys, I'm a live video coach. Hi guys, nothing. I was responding to the topic. Can one get to a subscribed live after giving gifts? No, you can't. So what will happen is, and Susan, if you can remind me of where my point is. No, unfortunately you cannot. So here's what happens with a subscribe live. If it's for subscriber only, what will happen is that you will see a preview of the live, and then you will have to make a decision about whether or not you want to subscribe to continue to get that information and to see what that's about. And I think that the reason why is because if you're gifting to show the appreciation to the creator for the actual live content, whether that is the preview or whether that is the full live. So you're then given the decision, the choice as to whether or not you want to extend that and then subscribe. So no, subscriptions will not get you. And thank you so much for joining the team. Gifting to get into a subscription will not help you, because the subscription is about membership perks. So it has a list of things. It's not just the live. There are other perks. So for example, in my subscription, where there's 50, I think we've got 55 members, in my subscriptions, I do a quarterly networking event, not in person, virtual networking event. We had one last month. In addition to that, they get live streams, also members only video content where I'll do tutorials. We have the community space as well. We've got the personalized stickers. I've tried to make it as community focused as possible and value stacked as possible. So essentially, if you want to become a member, the star is up there or it's down there. Once you become a member, you will be welcomed into the community. The community members will connect with you that are part of the community, and I will follow up with a message as well. When you come to the lives, you'll get shout outs as well. All of our community members get this. And only community members get welcomed with the DJ horn. So for those of you that are interested in joining our community, the TikTok Boss Creators community, feel free to hit the star, become number 56, where we have a goal to get to number 60. 60. That was my goal last week. We didn't hit the goal last week, but we are going to go for it by this Friday. And my goal is to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, going to 2025. But it's always just for a month. Kids hair art tutorial, welcome. Thank you very much for being new here. Tell us a little bit about what you do. For those of you who are new to me, if you are new, put it into the chat and my moderator, Susan, will welcome you. If you are new to me, welcome. My name is Janine. I'm a live video strategist and coach, the founder of my business and brand, Boss It Live. And what I do is help business owners create high converting live stream content. So I help you, essentially, making it simple, monetize the gift that is your voice through live video. So I teach you all of what is required to attract your ideal audience, how to keep your lives really engaged, build a community around your live stream content that then converts. Claudette, welcome as well. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you do connect with me, and you'll see from my page, I share a lot of educational content around live video tips. I also have a bootcamp that is coming up. It starts on the 18th. We are closing the doors probably tomorrow, no later than Friday, actually Friday, because a couple of people said they want to jump in. Thank you so much for the gifts. Really do appreciate it. Party pop noise to you. Appreciate that. Is that Ashvey? Is it Ashvey or Ashvey? I think it's Ashvey. Thank you so much. What do you do, Ashvey? And thank you for sharing the live as well. So yeah, make sure that you connect. It's a good place to hang out. I'm live Monday through to Friday, Ashvey. Monday through to Friday, I'm live usually at 5 p.m. UK time. But I'm in preparation for my bootcamp. It's meant that my times have been a little bit all over the place. But I am going to be sharing a couple of tips before I jump off. But just letting you know, telling you what happened to me today. Thank you so much, Claudette. Really do appreciate it. So just to land the plane about TikTok, Sell with TikTok Shop UK muting me. I think you want to be a part, want to know more about TikTok. Kids hair art tutorial. If you want to know more about TikTok, what specifically do you want to know? You're a skincare consultant. Okay, right, Ashvey. You're a skincare consultant. What do you want to know about TikTok? Do you want to know about how to grow your account? Do you want to know about TikTok Live? Do you want to know about TikTok's monetization features? Do you want to know how to build a community? Do you want to know how to learn the analytics, more understand videos and response, audience responsiveness? Do you want to know more about TikTok Shop? So there's lots of different elements to TikTok. So if you want to learn how to grow, this is a great place to be. Definitely do hang out with us. As I said, I'm a live video strategist, but I know a thing or two about growth strategies as well. Having grown an account from 0 to 1K followers with some help, 1K followers in 4 days. So I do have some knowledge around how you can grow, how you can build, but we're all about building an engaged community, because when you build engaged communities, if you are a business owner, that's how you're going to make those sales, because the time and era of focusing on going viral, thinking that's going to be the magic formula for you to work with brands, that's not it anymore. And it's all about building a community around your content. The era of information overload is over. People don't want information, they want transformation. People want to be a part of something. And so that's what you need to be dialing into, understanding and pressing and leaning into, especially going into the new year. How to grow to get income for your family. I'm very passionate with my daughter's hair. So yeah, I think what you'll need to do is focus on your growth, which is your content, creating valuable content to the people that you want to attract. That solves a problem for them. So it's all about giving quick wins. You don't give everything away, but you have to be intentional with creating content for the people that you're trying to attract. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So it's worthwhile you hanging around to see what I'm saying about that. But here's the thing, in terms of me being muted today, this is what it was. Thank you very much for saying that. Number one, I think that in the actual live stream, this is what can happen. If you are somebody who is perceived as either promoting, because there was no trolling or anything like that, I think that they saw my activity as suspicious to them, or maybe it was a distraction from them, I don't know. But they made a decision based on a snapshot of what they thought. their perception of my interaction with their content was absolutely wrong. What I think happened is that either the moderator or the interviewer, they must have had a look. Maybe they saw me commenting. They found the comments distracting, or thought that they didn't want me to be talking so much on the topic, that maybe it was drawing too much attention to my account. Maybe they felt that I was promoting myself, and maybe they even clicked onto my profile, because you can do that, right? You can click onto a person's name. So for example, I'll click onto Ashfae, and I can see that it says Ashfae. It says here, what does it say about your bio? Okay, so Ashfae, at a snapshot, I looked at your bio and I thought, I can't understand what's going on with that. But and there isn't any covers. So, but in any case, the point that I'm making is that people can click and then they can see a bit of information about what you're all about. So we've got new boutiques. It says women's clothing boutique, shop online or TikTok shop, live on weekends, 9 a.m. So yes, thank you very much for giving us some information in your bio, which is what you should be doing. So maybe TikTok, sell with TikTok shop UK looked and they saw from my bio that I'm actually teaching you how to sell with TikTok live. And there is a call to action to join the bootcamp. So perhaps they thought to themselves, looking at the beauty of live streaming, you love that. They probably looked at my profile and thought to themselves, hold on a minute, she's promoting on this live stream. No, we don't want her. So yes, I think that's what happened. Now, the problem with that, I believe, and as I said, I'm going to do a whole video on it, and thank you so much for the follows. The problem with TikTok or anybody muting a creator because they feel they make a decision or feel some degree of insecurity connected to that is that they're not standing by the very ethos of freedom of expression. This is all about celebrating creators, bringing creators together, allowing creators to have a platform that gives them a voice. That's what they're fighting against with regards to what's going on in the US, right? With the impending. So the fact that they did that, it doesn't look very good for them, which is what I'm going to be talking about in the video. So, but what I want to say to you is, guys, is that you could find yourself in a similar situation. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Don't take it personally. Just keep showing up and doing what you are doing. All right. Just keep showing up and doing what you're doing. We've got a question here. Can I go live without 1,000 followers? So here's the thing. The information that I got from this particular platform, Sell with TikTok Shop UK, some months ago, they have said that the guideline for going live is 800 followers. So if you've got 800 followers, thank you very much, Matthew, for coming back. 800 followers. However, I have an account that has 260 or so followers and I can go live. So I submit to you that you can potentially go live with much less or get live access with a lot less. A number of creators have spoken about it. I believe Matthew as well was somebody who was able to go live with a lot less. That it's about you showing up, being intentional, spending time on the platform, creating content, etc. And if you're consistent with certain things, you probably won't even have to wait that long, because it was the same with this account. I think I got live access with this account before 800. I think I was at like 600 or so, round about that, and I got live access. So it's just, you need to be insistent. No problem. Thank you very much, Ashfae. I appreciate you popping in, and thank you very much for saying keep doing what I'm doing. Matt Digital Sales says around 750. Kids Hair Art Tutorial said, how about TikTok Shop or digital? I don't have any idea. All procedures, all ideas, all procedures, all please. Okay, so here's what I will say with the most respect, Kids Hair Art Tutorial. If you're at a stage where you really need some help, what I would say the first thing to do would be go into the back end of TikTok. They share a lot of, in there, the creator tools, they'll share some tutorials and tips on all the different ways to monetize, what you would need to do. I think that's what you need to start with if you're completely and totally new. I think also it's worthwhile to get involved with communities, align yourself with communities, follow creators that have a similar audience to you, get involved that way, and then start with the foundations. I think it's really important that we know who our audience is and who we're speaking to, and create content for those people solving a problem. That's what you need to start with, all right? And then if it goes deeper in terms of your your strategy to monetize your platform, then you would need to look at hiring a coach to book a strategy session and let them go through the process with you, a strategy with you. For your business and for your brand, and that will come at a cost. You don't need to do that when you're first starting, but just know that once you get to, if you're going to be looking for support with monetizing a strategy to monetize, you will have to make some investment at some point. But to get started, go in and see what TikTok's got in their academy. If you go to your profile and you click the settings, you're going to creator tools. There's a lot of information that's there for you that can help you. New boutiques, is that, am I pronouncing it correctly? I hope I am. Can you have 2 accounts? I've just opened a new one in my husband's name, even though he's not on TikTok. Is that what you mean? Yes, you can. You can have as many accounts as you want, or as many as you can manage. I have 3 accounts. So this is my main account, my coaching account. So this is my business account, essentially. So I have this account, then I have a community account, the Boss Creators community, which is the account that has 200 or so followers, and I can go live. And then I have my affiliates page, which is called Janine Approved. And that's a new account that I grew quite recently to over 1,000. So this is the account. I'll just share it very quickly in there, see if it will come up. So that's my other account. So that account has been created specifically for affiliates, TikTok affiliates, to be able to do that. So essentially what I'm saying is that if you're multi-passionate, or you've got a variety of businesses or niches, but you don't want to mix and splice and confuse your audiences with lots of different content on the one account, then you definitely can have another account and should have another account to attract that audience. I don't know what people's thoughts are with that. He's not involved. Well, you've set up the account. Is it on your own number? Well, the answer to the question, I don't need to know all those details. The point is, in answer to your question, yes, you can have multiple accounts. You absolutely 100% can. Any other questions around that? Guys, thank you to those of you that are here, and thank you for popping in to discuss the topic. Sell with TikTok Shop UK blocked me. So that was not the intention of today's live. I will be doing a video a little bit later. And today's live is all about, TikTok live and marketing tips. I'm going to share a couple of things with you, and then I'm going to end the live a little bit earlier because I just have so much to do. And usually I would be on for about 2 hours, but I'm probably going to come back and we'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow. Now, tomorrow I will be live at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So if you guys want to come and hang out, I'll probably be live for about an hour because I have my Talk Like a Boss bootcamp onboarding session at 7 p.m. So around about this time. So I'll probably be on a little bit earlier. Well, when I say earlier, that's my usual time, guys. 5 o'clock. I will schedule it. All right. So in terms of TikTok, I want to just share this with you. And I mentioned a little bit earlier about, thank you for sending the gifts. I mentioned earlier on about how user behavior is changing on social media, how the algorithms are changing. We went into that yesterday, and what that means for you as a creator going forward next year. So the old ways of things, or of doing things, was that we would traditionally create content and it would go out, it would reach our followers, and our followers would interact and engage with that content. Things have changed now because it has now moved to the matching. The algorithms are looking at user interest. So you don't have to be following a particular creator to see that creator's content. It's the same principle on YouTube. Yes, I'm breaking all the rules today. I'm saying everything. I'm saying thank you, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, I don't care. We're testing it because all this stuff about, you say certain things, and I can't be bothered today, especially as we're just going to go with it, right? So like with YouTube, you could be subscribed to somebody's channel, and if you don't interact with their content, you are not seeing their content. You could then interact with a creator's content and not be subscribed to their channel, and you will be constantly fed and suggested their videos. That's what is happening now. So if you're somebody who doesn't subscribe to, I'm going to niche down, I'm multi-passionate, I'm going to speak to everybody and share anything I like, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if you are a business owner and you're serious about attracting your ideal clients, then you have to think about that again. You must rethink that, because that's not going to work for you. My TikTok's region is Spain, but I'm in the UK, been trying to change it, but no luck. I couldn't speak to that, unfortunately. I don't know. It depends. I know a friend who was based in Turkey, and she's come to the UK, and the device that she had in Turkey is still regional to Turkey. So she's looking at, I think, completely getting a new phone and so forth. So I don't know. I can't speak about that. Hi, Atlanta. How are you? Somebody from the Boss Squad has jumped in the building, and we have Atlanta who signed up for my bootcamp Top Like a Boss. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So going back to what I was saying, guys, and thank you so much for the interaction. Don't forget to tap the screen, do share, invite some people. We're on the struggle bus on this live today. You're not late at all, you're just on time. Well, I am going to be jumping off soon, but we are on the struggle live today. I got muted on TikTok's, one of their platforms today, so that's probably influencing it a little bit. So I'm depending on you guys, or reliant on you guys, to interact with the content to get more people in, but you don't have to do that, because I will be. You're very welcome. No problem about my responding. If you are getting value and you are new and you haven't yet followed, please do follow me. Hello, Clarissa's Boutique. I see you. Clarissa's Boutique has also signed up to the boot camp. So good to see you, Clarissa, and I'm looking forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow. I'm sending out an email to you, Clarissa, and another person around our onboarding session and your client profile. So I'll do that after the live today. If you can't make the client onboarding session, don't worry, the replay will be available, but we don't start officially until next week, so don't worry about it. It's just a warm-up pre-thing. So you're not going to miss out if you can't miss it, you can't make it, but I will actually make sure that I send that information like a warm-up pre-thing. So you're not going to miss out if you can't miss it, you can't make it, but I will actually make sure that I send that information. Certain you want to attract a certain audience, then you have to be creating niche specific content. You have to be doing that. If you don't want to do that, Michaela, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Michaela is part of the Boss Creators community. See, I love seeing all my people jump in. Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, so it's going to be matched to interest. So you've got to think about who you want to attract, and you have to dial in with that. Because if you start going all over the place, what's going to happen is, I mentioned this yesterday, you're going to segment your audience, which means that if your content goes out to A audience and it's a type of content that is for B audience, what's going to happen? A audience are not going to react or respond to it, which means that's going to deprioritize your content, and you don't want that to happen. So whilst it might feel like, oh, it's so boring, I have to kind of niche down, I think that it's something that you should celebrate going into the new year, because if you are optimizing to attract your ideal clients, the people that are going to come your way and they're going to connect with you, you're going to build the know, love and trust a lot quicker and move them along the customer journey to conversion. Does that make sense, right? So people don't like it, but a niche is needed, a topic is needed, an area of expertise or interest is needed, because TikTok will be, the algorithms are going to match to interest. That's what they're going to do. All right. So I did talk about that. I've also spoken about the fact that you need to start thinking about the fact that people want revelation and transformation. They just don't want a whole load of information. I've even had to take that on board with my educational content. I share a lot of educational content on TikTok, and a lot of my educational content, I spoke about this on the members live yesterday. I said, if your educational content tends to be a lot longer, right? If you don't know how to narrow it down and make it quick, but generally speaking, when I'm teaching and doing tutorials, it always will go over the minute. And if we're thinking about completion and time on platform, you've got to think about things. I've had to rethink certain things. And there's nothing wrong with testing things and trying things and seeing what works, but you have to make sure that you're not staying still and stagnant and doing the same thing that may not be working, but because that's the old way and how you've always done it, or the way you know to do it, and you're not willing to budge, there's going to be a problem. Hello, good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in, Debbie. Debbie, you missed it. I mentioned the nonsense about the thank you, but we'll talk about that. And I've already gone off. I was on my preacher pulpit. Thank you so much, Debbie. I've already been on my preacher pulpit about the whole thing around thank you and not being able to say thank you. I've just said every social media platform under the sun, it ain't made no difference. And Debbie, thank you for the gift. I was muted by TikTok Shop today, but I'm not going to go back into that now because we've moved past that, right? So how to win on TikTok. How to win on TikTok. I'm jumping off in a little while. I need to save my voice for the members, for the delegates of the bootcamp. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about picking your subject matter. Think about picking a niche. Think about